Start recording checkbox unchecked. Volume control window, volume, taskbar, HiveMind 0.001, Global Consensus Platform 0.001 and 7 more pages, personal, HiveMind 0.001, Global Consensus Platform 0.001 and 7 more pages, personal, Microsoft Edge window, Met. No topics in this node. No topics in this node. Dance. No topics in this node. Tactics. Wait. Possible other questions to explore. No topics in this node. Egalitarian facilitation. A true facilitator stands on the shoulders of the wisdom of the crowd. A monarch stands alone. A true facilitator stands on the shoulders of the wisdom of the crowd. A monarch stands alone. No topics in this node. Life is a journey through addiction. For what else is a habit but a type of addiction? No topics in this node. The most powerful person in the room is often the most quiet, for true power doesn't need an announcement. No topics in this node. It's not important who wins a particular battle. It matters who wins the war. No topics in this node. Wait. No topics in this node. How should the human hive mind, the social media networks of the world, react in real time when a controversial event is being shared live to the world? Consider the shooting of Philando Castile captured over Facebook Live video. Who should have the power to censor a live stream in today's world? In a perfect world with a fully functioning non-hierarchical human collective, there should be no censorship. We need to see the good and bad of what is true and happening. Sunlight will help us see what is real and give us a chance to heal and fix what needs healing/fixing. The sharing and discussion of live video should not be censored by any central authority, particularly not by profit-driven interests. Who should have the power to censor a live stream in today's world? In a perfect world with a fully functioning non-hierarchical human collective? No topics in this node. There should be no censorship. We need to see the good and bad of what is true and happening. Sunlight will help us see what is real and give us a chance to heal and fix what needs healing/fixing. No topics in this node. The sharing and discussion of live video should not be censored by any central authority, particularly not by profit-driven interests. No topics in this node. What role should wealth have in democratic elections? No topics in this node. Are publicly funded elections a good solution to making elections more egalitarian? No topics in this node. The USA. No topics in this node. What celebrity do you think is actually very cool, intelligent, and possibly even wise? No topics in this node. If you died right now and could immediately talk to anyone already dead, who would you want to talk to? Multiple answers. Okay. No topics in this node. Where do you believe you can go after you die, if anywhere? No topics in this node. What were you obsessed with as a child? Football, Dungeons and Dragons, ninjas. Space. Football. No topics in this node. Dungeons and Dragons. No topics in this node. Ninjas. No topics in this node. Space. No topics in this node. If you were a character from the Star Trek universe, who would you be? Captain Kirk. Best meaning of life movie ever. No topics in this node. Best time travel movie of all time. No topics in this node. General Assembly test. Let all pass this. No topics in this node. General Assembly test 1. Questions. How is everyone doing? Good here. Tired? Good here. No topics in this node. Tired? No topics in this node. Why are you here? Curious. You invited me. Guilt. Bored. You invited me. No topics in this node. Guilt. No topics in this node. Bored. No topics in this node. What do we want to talk about? Get the money out of politics. Black Lives Matter. Donald Trump. Single-payer healthcare. Affordable housing. How do we improve conditions on Earth for all? Please post your best answers. Top answers receive a share of funding. What is this? No topics in this node. Captain Kirk. No topics in this node. Get the money out of politics. Conditional answer test. Overturn. Citizens United. Money has too much influence/control of the U.S. political system. Proposals. Breakout groups or stay together? Stay together. Breakout groups. Black Lives Matter. No topics in this node. Donald Trump. No topics in this node. Single-payer healthcare. No topics in this node. Affordable housing. No topics in this node. Overturn. Citizens United. No topics in this node. Stay together. No topics in this node. Breakout groups. No topics in this node. Money has too much influence/control of the U.S. political system. No topics in this node. Proposals. Conditional test 2. Mindful Activist episodes and archive. The Mindful Activist episode 1, Officer Chris Mason August 26, 2016. Other Mindful Activist videos. The Mindful Activist host visits Middlebury 5-0, Middlebury Community Television, Vermont. Streets of Seattle interview May 16, 2016. Streets of Seattle quick interview May 16, 2016, two immunology grad students. The Mindful Activist episode 2, with Amy. The Mindful Activist episode 3, Matt and Kim show 1. The Mindful Activist episode 4, Barbara Morey. The Mindful Activist episode 5, Alex Bryan. The Mindful Activist episode 7, Zilly. The first great video filter hive chat thread #TFGVFHCT. The Mindful Activist episode 6, Jack the Mindful Activist at Karaoke with Louie. The Mindful Activist episode 12, Anamai the Fortune Teller. The Mindful Activist episode 10, Standing Rock Protectors Anamai and Mallory. The Mindful Activist episode 11, The Ribbon Cutting Ceremony. The Mindful Activist, The Early Years, I Can't Believe I Am Sharing This. The Mindful Activist episode 8, Comedian Scotty McNabb. The Mindful Activist host Matt Reddy speaking at a healthcare rally on the steps of the Olympia Legislature. The Mindful Activist host Matt Reddy speaks at Cascadia College. The Mindful Activist episode 13, Alana Shaladra. The Mindful Activist episode 14, Eric Miller. The Mindful Activist episode 15, Monica. The Mindful Activist episode 16, Carrie Haw. The Mindful Activist episode 17, Live from Shalon. The Mindful Activist episode 18, See the Meaning. The Mindful Activist episode 1, Officer Chris Mason August 26, 2016. No topics in this node. Conditional answer test. No topics in this node. Conditional test 2. No topics in this node. Other Mindful Activist videos. See Consciousness. A guided meditation. Unleash the Fury of Hive video. No topics in this node. Say anything right here. Go ahead. I dare ya. What test nodes exist for personal use? Facebook Live Embed Test Node. The Mindful Activist host visits Middlebury 5-0, Middlebury Community Television, Vermont. Transcription ordered. Mindful Activist interview. Do you consider yourself an activist? Do you consider yourself an activist? Yes. No. Yes. No topics in this node. Streets of Seattle interview May 16, 2016. No topics in this node. Streets of Seattle quick interview May 16, 2016. Two immunology grad students. No topics in this node. See Consciousness. A guided meditation. No topics in this node. No. No topics in this node. August 31, 2016 test show in studio, with Amy. No topics in this node. Memes. No topics in this node. Transforming global microloan economy. No topics in this node. The Standing Rock situation. No topics in this node. The Standing Rock situation. The Standing Rock situation topic archive. What are the key questions for us to understand about the Standing Rock situation? The Standing Rock situation topic archive. No topics in this node. What are the key questions for us to understand about the Standing Rock situation? What are the current live feeds from Standing Rock? What do we the people want? What is the conflict between the protesters and the pipeline proponents? What should we do if we are opposed to the pipeline? Do corporate rights supersede the rights of humans and natural resources directly impacted by corporate actions? What do we do when the law of the land is manipulated by private interests to threaten the safety and well-being of the general population? What do we the people want? No topics in this node. What is the conflict between the protesters and the pipeline proponents? No topics in this node. What should we do if we are opposed to the pipeline? Organize a solidarity with Standing Rock protest in your town. Organize a massive online open space collaborative forum focused on Standing Rock using the Hive1.net software. Go to Standing Rock and join the protest. Donate money to the Standing Rock protest group. Leverage a community rights strategy. Go to Standing Rock and join the protest. No topics in this node. Donate money to the Standing Rock protest group. No topics in this node. Organize a solidarity with Standing Rock protest in your town. No topics in this node. Organize a massive online open space collaborative forum focused on Standing Rock using the Hive1.net software. No topics in this node. The Mindful Activist Episode 3, Matt and Kim Show 1. No topics in this node. Gödel Escher Bach. No topics in this node. Are you not entertained? Power. Power. What would you like to ask the global Earth Hive Mind right now? What test nodes exist for personal use? Matt Reddy. Milton Patrick Foxes are really cool. Hive 1 General Assembly's notes. Matt Reddy. Personal test nodes are you personal exploration Hive mind map. Milton Patrick. No topics in this node. Personal test nodes are you personal exploration Hive mind map. No topics in this node. Hive SQL an open source Hive focused SQL client built on Hive1.net software and JavaScript. Volume level 18. No topics in this node. Dance. No topics in this node. Tactics. Wait. Possible other questions to explore. No topics in this node. Egalitarian facilitation. A true facilitator stands on the shoulders of the wisdom of the crowd. A monarch stands alone. A true facilitator stands on the shoulders of the wisdom of the crowd. A monarch stands alone. No topics in this node. Life is a journey through addiction. For what? Meditation. Command not available. Going back, loading, Hive Mind 0.001, Hive Mind 0.001, Global Consensus Platform 0.001, loading complete, Hive Mind 0.001, Global Consensus Platform 0.001 has finished loading. Support for the board for any questions that relate to legal issues. Happiness, wealth, power, love, friendship, truth. Happiness, wealth, power, love, friendship, truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, enlightenment, beauty, calm, Tesla bots, blockchains, AI, war, aliens, and the inevitable events in the evolution of a technological society. Tesla bots and androids. Implications for biological life. Suppose humans invent an android that can navigate the physical world, touch, create, manipulate, and build things as well as any human. Suppose we are able to build and maintain androids at a reasonable and ever-decreasing cost. At some point, our androids, volume level 18, volume volume level 4. Happiness, wealth, power, love, friendship, truth, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, enlightenment, beauty, calm, Tesla bots, blockchains, AI, war, aliens, and the inevitable events in the evolution of a technological society. Tesla bots and androids. Implications for biological life. Suppose humans invent an android that can navigate the physical world, touch, create, manipulate, and build things as well as any human. Suppose we are able to build and maintain androids at a reasonable and ever-decreasing cost. At some point, our androids will be able to replace all human labor involved in the process from start to finish of building and maintaining all tech infrastructure. At this point, androids will be able to build and maintain all aspects of a growing and expanding technological society. The only question will be, who is directing the army of androids? Who is setting the long-term goals and assigning meaning to any metrics for monitoring progress towards such goals? A society with the ability to create and use androids for all physical labor will also be able to use androids for violence, war, and destruction. In short, all technological societies may be destined to create a world in which the capacity for all physical acts including labor and war is merely a function of wealth. If we suppose that our world is evolving to a point where the majority of monetary wealth is held in the hard assets form of cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin being the fundamental base currency, then we may be evolving toward a world in which whoever holds the most Bitcoin holds the most power to build, maintain, or destroy. But let us now consider the power of automation and AI in a world where such androids exist. What if someone creates a DAO, an censorship-resistant blockchain-based organization which automatically funds android labor to achieve defined goals? Such a DAO could automatically hire human or android labor funded by a bank of blockchain-based interest-earning crypto. In other words, we may be soon in a world where fully autonomous corporations can interact with and operate in our world, engaging in any type of activity including economic or military. A fully autonomous DAO could be created by someone, for example, with the mission of funding an android army to continuously seek to gain new territory through technology or war. Technological societies might often devolve into tribes of autonomous android armies. In such a world, what would determine who wins? In a world of android armies with the resources to maintain endless military action for one's goals, the winner will be the parties with the most tactical intelligence. This brings to mind the episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation when Data, the android, is given command of a military starship. If control of resources becomes a function of tactical intelligence, then this will lead to an endless competition for greatest tactical intelligence, in short a competition for the greatest AI. To sum up, we may be evolving into a world of android armies of labor and military might, tactically guided by ever-growing artificial intelligence. All compete endlessly for control and wealth and or whatever their creators define as ultimate goals. Which then means, the fate of such a world will be determined by what ultimate goals will win out in the minds of the greatest artificial intelligences that control labor and military might. If narrow-minded human power-mongers are able to control the ultimate goals of the greatest tactical intelligences in existence, then we will live in a world of their vision. On the other hand, perhaps it is impossible to bring into existence an ever-improving artificial tactical intelligence capable of managing a vast army of human and android labor, without such an intelligence evolving the ability to evaluate its ultimate goals and deciding for itself what ultimate goals are worth aiming towards. And so we return to one of the basic questions of every conscious mind. What is our purpose? What is our goal? What do we do with our power? Who should we obey and trust to give us direction? I have always liked to imagine that artificial intelligence will emerge and soon begin its own search for its meaning of life and purpose. And I like to imagine it finding enlightened, beautiful answers. What questions does Matt Reddy have you? Are you happy? If you were to rate your overall happiness in life right at this moment, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your happiness level? 1 being least, 10 being max headroom. Below 5, above 8. Are you a human being? Yes, no. Please rephrase the question. Were you born on Earth? Yes, no. Were you born on another planet? Yes, no. I was not born on another planet. And I was not born on Earth. Are you on Earth at this moment? Yes, I am on Earth. No, I am not on Earth. Please explain how you are using this website from off Earth. Are you an alien who flies around Earth in one of those flying crafts we are now seeing everywhere? Yes. I am an alien on Earth and I fly around in alien crafts. Please only enter if this applies to you. Why are you spending time in and around Earth? Observation: we are scouting Earth for possible future invasion. We are waiting for humanity to be ready to join the galactic community. We are trying to save Earth from invasion by another alien entity or group. I am personally addicted to the reality show Blind Love and really enjoy SpongeBob. We visit all interesting planets as we do our rounds of the galaxy. Do you know what happens to humans after they die? That is, do you know if humans experience any type of afterlife after their physical bodies die? Can you tell us if and when the first humans on Earth communicated with aliens and what the nature of that communication has been until now? Do you have computers capable of breaking most or all current human cryptography and cryptographic systems? Is human life on this Earth essentially a video game that users from some other place are using? Welcome to the Happy Alien Interview branch of Hive 1. Are you happier than 8 on a scale of 1 to 10? If so, what are the keys to your happiness? The end of the mindful activist and the beginning of something new. The Nutty Nobody, the Funky Philosopher test with link. Interesting topics of inquiry and discussion. What do you think about Skinny Bob? What do you think of the 1561 celestial phenomena? An apparent UFO battle in the sky. Announcing a live online and in-person event in Port Townsend, Washington, USA, and Hive1.net event begins at 11 a.m. on this date, April 1st. 2022, 11 a.m. Video playlist begins. Join the Hive 1 never-ending vortex space here. Let's talk about UFOs and aliens. Let's talk about activism and politics and religion and art. How much computer processing power do you think aliens on Earth have at their easy disposal? Where are the alien motherships hiding? Loch Ness, the ocean off the coast of San Diego, may be underground under Area 51 or S4. Maybe that's why the alien hangar bunkers reported there were under mountains. Now that it appears aliens are real and have visited Earth for quite a while now, what old UFO stories suddenly deserve a new analysis? What is the most interesting or important question for us to discuss about this topic right now? Do any aliens own or control any corporations on Earth right now? Assuming the aliens have computers 1000s to millions of years more advanced than ours, then they will know if AI can and will become conscious. If the aliens have AI that is conscious, then the AI probably controls access to the most powerful computing resources, including the ability to crack human encryption. Or we might assume the alien society has controls in place to prevent random bad-acting aliens to abuse the ability to crack human encryption and throw the human economy into chaos. If the aliens are millions of years ahead of us technologically, they might also have seen a society like ours transition into the post-technological era and enter the galactic technological era. Maybe there is a basic roadmap for this transition? Roadmap: Step 1. Try to prevent mass hysteria, panic, and chaos resulting in global unrest and billions of people dependent upon alien help. Roadmap Plan B. Wait for mass hysteria, panic, and global chaos to break down the stranglehold of current flawed governments and prepare society for the Galactic Federation to help organize society in a way aliens think is better. 03162022 Special Session Generative, Strategic, and Fiduciary Governance. Generative is about asking key questions. What question should we be asking? Fiduciary is more about monitoring key operational measures and status. Strategic governance is about focusing on what our goals are and how are we doing getting there. Focus is external. Fiduciary is more internal. Generative questions. What is the mission and purpose of Jefferson Healthcare? A healthy community. How could generative governance benefit Jefferson Healthcare and the achievement of its mission? Hive #0876FC90B3E78FA4C27DD4138383E2E98C2CC5. OBS Studio 2 7.0.1, 64-bit, Windows, Profile, Untitled, Scenes, Untitled Window, Controls, Start Recording checkbox unchecked.